Doomsday is typically showcased as an enemy with the same levels of strength as Superman, but doesn't have the intellectual capacity to devise a plan or create a strategy to fight a battle. But what if Doomsday evolves into a creature with the strength of a typical Doomsday and an evolved intellectual capacity? That is exactly what Doomslayer is. Doomslayer is an evolved clone of Doomsday with all the strengths of the original Doomsday, but also an evolved mind with the capacity to think for itself and feel emotions like remorse. Doomslayer made his comic debut in Action Comics, issue number 901. His exact height and weight were revealed, but he looks the same size as the original Doomsday, or maybe slightly bigger than him. Due to his evolved state, his intelligence was superior to that of other Doomsdays, and we got a full glimpse at his intelligence when it was shown that he could control a biochemical creature that Lex Luthor had created. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The untold origin story of Doomslayer in DC Comics. The story starts with Lex Luthor sending Doomsday to Metropolis, and as soon as he arrives, he begins wreaking havoc in the city. That's when Superman Steel comes to the location in time to deal with this threat, but he is unable to defeat it and loses. And Doomsday takes Superman Steel with him and leaves the site. Doomsday then attacks the Outsiders in an attempt to find the Eradicator. After defeating Eradicator and his teammates, Doomsday also takes off with his body. Doomsday was later found attacking Boudica and a few members of the Justice League. During the battle, Superman Cyborg emerges from Boudica's body, revealing that Doomsday is here for him. Cyborg Superman goes on to fight Doomsday and is about to defeat it, but Doomsday digests some of his nanotech and transforms himself into the Cyborg Doomsday. That's when Supergirl arrives at the location, but the Cyborg Doomsday overpowers them and takes them away with him. At this point, it was evident that Doomsday was hunting down the members of the Superman family. At the same time, the Doomsday was seen attacking Superboy, defeating him and taking him away to a giant spaceship. Eventually, Superman finds out that it was all the evil schemes of Lex Luthor and goes onto the spacecraft to free all of his allies. Here, Superman discovers that all his allies are trapped in a pocket dimension within the ship. When he tries freeing them, he finds the body of the original Doomsday, who was presumably dead, and they find 3 different clones of Doomsday, each having different sets of powers explicitly designed to arm them with the strength to fight the superhero they were sent to kill. Somehow, the Superman family escaped the fight and took the original Doomsday's body with them to protect him from the other clones. As they were advancing through the spacecraft, Superman Steel noticed some brain activity in Doomsday's body, suggesting that he was alive, and suddenly they were attacked by the other Doomsday clones. Consequently, it was revealed that on Earth, the military had noticed something large falling to the Earth's surface with extreme speed, which could lead to extinction-level destruction. This is also quickly noticed by Superman's team on the spaceship, and they try to find an escape from the craft to stop it from crashing into Earth. This is when they are met with a new enemy who calls himself the Doomslayer and claims himself as the destroyer of the Doomsday. Without knowing the powers of this enemy, the Eradicator charges forward at him, only to be brutally killed by him. But then Doomslayer calms down and expresses his remorse for killing another being. He then explains that his mission is to eradicate all Doomsdays and all knowledge about them forever from the universe. He then begins to attack the unconscious Doomsday with his energy blast, which Superman blocks as he saves Doomsday and claims that Doomsdays are capable of redeeming themselves. Doomslayer denies his claims and reiterates his plan of killing the Doomsdays by crashing the ship into the Earth, eradicating all knowledge about them from existence. Around this time, Superman and his team were able to escape from the ship, and all of them tried to slow down the ship's impact on Earth. They were not able to completely negate the effects of the crashing ship. Now, instead of destroying the whole planet, the collision would only destroy an entire continent. Superman then orders his teammates to go down to Earth to slow down its impact when it crashes into Metropolis. Superman alone manages to change the ship's trajectory. He makes it crash into the ocean, but it creates a huge tsunami, which is stopped by Superman Steel, Superboy, and Supergirl, who used their gravitational cache, tactile telekinesis, and superbreath respectively. Superman then emerges from the ocean and comes to the bay to find Lois Lane waiting for him. Doomslayer then comes down from the ship and declares that he and his Doomsday variant will kill all of them for their foolishness. Soon after, the Doomsday clones started spreading all across the world, wreaking havoc. So our superheroes decided to spread all across the locations to neutralize the Doomsdays. Supergirl fights Cyborg Doomsday in Kansas, Super Steel fights Doomsday in Moscow, and Superboy fights Steel Doomsday in Hawaii. Meanwhile, Superman, Lois Lane, and Dr. Hashi try to find a way to defeat these Doomsday clones by using the original Doomsday's body, which is still unconscious. But suddenly, Doomsday comes to life and talks to Superman, explaining that he is Eradicator. Being a pure form of information, he jumped into the technology Lex Luthor used to create the Doomsday clones and found control of the original Doomsday's body. Then, the Eradicator tells Superman that he can help him fight this battle. Meanwhile, the Doomslayer was controlling the Doomsday clones from his ship. He was trying to reach the core of the Earth. His plan was to expand the universe inside the ship near the core of Earth and destroy it from within. To avoid being detected by Doomslayer's ship, Superman uses an accelerator to penetrate the ship. After penetrating the ship, Superman travels through the ship's tunnels and reaches its core. But soon, Doomslayer detects Superman, and to stop him from ruining his plans, he turns on the ship's transformational engines, giving a pure energy shock to Superman. Outside the ship, Earth's superheroes have assembled and started helping the Super family defeat the Doomsday clones. Eradicator, who was still inside the body of the original Doomsday, defeats Steel Doomsday, but starts feeling as if the consciousness of Doomsday is returning to his body. To continue the battle, Zatanna transports all the heroes to Kansas to help Supergirl defeat Cyborg Superman. Meanwhile, in the ship's core, Superman has recovered and discovered the truth about Doomslayer. Doomslayer is no one but the future version of the clone of Doomsday that Supergirl threw in a tunnel, where Doomsday spent thousands of years conscious and filled with anger. Superman also learned that Doomslayer sees Doomsday as a virus that needs to be eradicated, as he is not happy with his past actions and wants to destroy all the knowledge of Doomsday in existence. While Superman is learning all of this, the Doomslayer blasts Superman with another round of the ship's transformational engines. But this blast does not kill Superman. It turns him into a being of data and transfers him into the ship's transformational engines, where he meets the AI version of the ship, who explains that the ship is actually an alien creature from another universe. While traveling across the multiverse, it got injured, and when it was healing, it was attacked and acquired by Lex Luthor, who changed the ship to meet his needs. When Supergirl threw Doomsday into the creature's tunnel, Doomsday got infused with the creature's knowledge, turning himself into Doomslayer. Superman offers to help the creature, so the creature shows Superman its internal functions and teaches Superman how to repair them. When Superman had learned everything he needed to, the creature returned him to his solid form. Armed with this knowledge, Superman activates a sequence that will transport the ship to its home planet before it reaches Earth's core. Suddenly, the Doomslayer started attacking him, and as Superman was about to lose, the Eradicator, who was inside the body of Doomsday, came to support him. It was revealed that Zatanna had transported the Eradicator, who was inside Doomsday's body inside the ship, to help Superman fight Doomslayer and the Earth's heroes after defeating the Doomsday clones, throwing them into a pit that would teleport them into the ship. As the battle of the Doomslayer was taking a turn for the worst, and the ship was about to be teleported to its home planet, the Eradicator threw Superman out of the ship seconds before the ship teleported, taking away all the Doomsday clones and Doomslayer with him. Power of the Doomslayer. Just how mighty is he? Doomslayer, being an evolved version of Doomsday, has all the powers of Doomsday, including superhuman strength, superhuman stamina, invulnerability, energy projection, and kryptonite vision. He also possesses a genius-level intellect, which he showcased during his battle with the Super family. He was able to easily destroy Eradicator like it was nothing, and he also brought Superman to his end. If not for the return of Eradicator, Doomslayer might have have even defeated Superman. Moreover, his genius strategic planning was also showcased when he created plans to destroy the whole world. And when his plan was ruined, he devised another one that was close to fruition. If not for the involvement of the superheroes of Earth, the Super Family might not have been able to save the Earth from Doomsday. Marvelous verdict. However, it wasn't shown if the Eradicator was able to defeat Doomslayer or what happened to Doomslayer after he was transported to the alien ship's home planet. There would always be the possibility of Doomslayer returning once again to the pages of comics and posing a serious threat to the Super Family. It would be interesting to see how the Super Family fights the Doomslayer, who possesses the perfect combination of strength and intelligence. With that being said, if you like our content, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.